Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, once again, we return to Arrakis. Dune. Desert planet. Sand gets into everything. I hate it. Because it is showtime. Jazz hands. Hi, guys. So, this is the public test client. And I am running solo. So it is running locally. The whole game. I played a little bit yesterday just to, see if things were working. So far I can attest to combat is easier. Crafting takes a lot less materials and you get more materials when you're harvesting. I'm running on easy mode. There's like easy, normal, difficult mode, but also you can tune it individually at the server level. But let's continue. All I did basically was run the story through, or run it through till we got the story finished off the first trial of Akal. And now we are off to what amounts to the game's first quote-unquote, not really a dungeon, but kinda, sorta. We have a ways to go. 2,000 meters. And we're gonna be running with the devil. Ba-ba-da-ba. I really enjoyed this game. This would be my second place finisher for Game of the Year for last year. I have played it a bunch. I enjoy it a bunch. And next month, about a month, 5 weeks, something like that, it is coming out in public release for this, the single player client. Did we just... Nope. Okay, there we are. The single player client version. But also for consoles. Be interesting to see what the console players' reactions is to the game. There's an enormous amount of good game here, so hopefully another nice big influx of cash for Funcom to keep development rolling. This is the actual first real sort of dungeon in the game. This is sort of a little mini dungeon. We're heading towards the wreck that you can see in the distance right now. That little hill kind of straight in the middle with some jaggedy edges. Yeah, that's it. "1,200 meters away." Or maybe I don't have actually the right thing. I don't have the right thing selected. I mean, I'm going the right way, but hey, Lone Star Wolf. I'm going the right way, but that actually is a side mission that we won't get to until after we get our hands on our speeder. Our sand bike, as it's called in game, despite the fact it's obviously not a bike, it's a trike. No, this is the new version. They've remastered this map. I'm in, obviously I'm in Path of Fire. And it does seem like, I'm playing the solo version, and I set it on easy mode, and it certainly seems like the sun is baking me less quickly. I know things die a bit faster, and gathering mats is easier, and crafting stuff is faster. We bust out our Mala pistol. So September 22nd is the launch date for this version on the PC, as well as the full release on the consoles. Quickly hit with a little bandaging action. We will suck their blood. We don't actually have a use for it. We do it recreationally. I made that up. Where was the other one? There they were. I'm stealing the darts from them, but I like to think I'm excising those from their body.
Who's that?
Me.
There's somebody.
Word of advice, if you're ever in a desert planet hiding out in some ruins, maybe don't let your target know you're coming by talking a whole lot. Just a suggestion. Reveal myself? You really want me to do that? Thought I could hear them on my left, but evidently not. I'm hearing things. I'm hallucinating, guys. I'm tripping balls. Fat loot! This does more than the makeshift knife I have, so swap to that. But I bring a... have I found any skinny loot? No, not yet. I mean, definitely not yet. Ah, they did move some stuff. Interesting. I read through the patch notes because I'm a real gamer. Real gamers do that, you know. And so these two boxes got moved, so that they're less easy to miss for new players into the game. Because they're going to have new players in the game. With the consoles opening up. Hope it does well for them.
Identify.
Oh, somebody's shooting at me. Jeez, I shoot your friend a couple of times and you take it personal like. I think we're already full. We are already full on our blood sacks. Yeah, they have made the loot a little more obvious to find. Oh, hi. I shot him in the thigh to death. Oh, you too? Their thighs are vulnerable, guys. I am most assuredly full of it. I don't think anyone could conceivably come up with any other description for me that would be more accurate than that. Did they run away? Well, probably wise. Oh, hi. They didn't run away. They came back. You've been around here long enough to know that, yeah, full of it is a pretty spot-on-the-nose descriptor. I mean, not all of the time. I like to save up my extreme acts of bullshit. We get everybody? Was everyone taken care of? And we've got the big rewards, the fat lootiness of loots. And we have successfully finished off getting everything we needed from the Alcyon. As I mentioned earlier, this would be my second place for Game of the Year for last year, behind Blueprints. I'm too far to hit that guy. Well, that's no fun. Shooting them is fun. Shooting them less isn't fun. Minor bug there. When you scan the crates of power cells, they go invisible. Oh, hi. No, you don't. You're fine. Walk it off. Candy ass. We are 1,000 meters from home. Stay on target. And we'll grab... Oh, there is someone here. It's you, and you're not here anymore. Where'd you go? You taking a walk? Okay. Oh, having a lay down. That's even better. Enjoy your rest. And how goes the Lone Star Wolf day today? Same as it ever was? Old guy music reference. Well, musical movie reference. This will have some tech goodies in us that we can pry out. Some scrap metal and armor plating. Work was easy. Basically, we caught up on everything. That's what I always found that to be a relief. Just when you could finally actually catch up with all the crap you haven't been able to get done. Good evening, Fat Body. Welcome back. And this will be the next actual, real, honest-to-goodness dungeon we'll get to shortly. Imperial Testing Station are the equivalent of dungeons. That's not my house. That is not my beautiful house. I make it invisible. It's a strange little bug. Well, let me... Oh. Ah, okay. That, I think, is like the only keybind I changed. And I'm going to change it again. This is the test client, which is why I have to do that. Escape. Well, actually, it can wait until we get home. We're just 200 meters from home. We can make it. There's home. There are many like it, but that one is mine. Honey, I'm home. Escape settings. Keybinds. Drink from catch pockets. Thank you. Being in the middle of a fight and hitting F, and all of a sudden you're drinking from your catch pocket was not optimal. Harvest materials. I don't think I need to mine any more copper, do I? I mean, I've got a bunch of copper over here. I guess they still want me to mine a little more copper. Fine. Fine, I do what I'm told. I'm a sheep. Bah. What did I miss? There we go, that's 160. Ooh, unlocked 3 new schematics. Research scavenger rags, Karpov 38, and Kinjal. Honey, I'm home. We will research, scavenger rags, Karpov 38, and the Kinjal. That is a follow from Argonia Wind. I have a spiel for people who follow. Here it comes. Let me loosen up. Welcome to my humble little stream of misfunction, malfunction, dysfunction, and frequently complete and total unfunction. You're most welcome indeed, and thank you very, very much for the follow. Thank you. You are too kind. I need to probably smelt down my copper. I've got a whole bunch of copper, so I probably don't need to smelt down my copper, it turns out. Drop the copper and the copper. A full set of scavenger rags. Don't those sound nice? I'm sure they'll be comfy. So one of the things they have done is reduced the amount of materials required to make stuff, at least at the easy setting, which is where I'm playing right now. And they have sped up how quickly things get crafted.
I'm afraid I must delay our reunion until, well,
did I not get
I
it?
fear drastic measures might be required. But fear not, off-worlder. You've come this far alone. I'm impressed. You're a long
He's
way
impressed.
from that Newling Mauler I dragged from the wreckage of the Proteus. Listen, You'll need a vehicle to cross the sands to the Paranorth and reach the gap.
You don't need that. We're going to make a
Vehicles require
Karpov.
components that aren't created here on Arrakis. Arrakis has a long history, off-worlder. More than you might imagine.
Yeah,
Some things, like the Imperial testing stations, contain echoes of the past. But more importantly, they contain stockpiles of components you'll need. Just be careful. Those old ruins are a beacon for all kinds of scum.
including me, evidently, because I'm going there, so obviously I should be included in the all kinds of scum warning, right? I think so. Let's see. I want to keep those. Okay, in here we drop off the crafty bits. And also the junk that we no longer need. Any space in there? No. We'll drop our monies off in there. Money, 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 money. Money. Did I put that in there? No. Am I still carrying that around on me? Yes. That goes in there. That goes in there. Did I just drop off the Kinjal? Did I not pick up the Kinjal? I guess I probably didn't pick it up. Oop, oop, oop. I did not pick it up. There we go. Actually, it's not even a Kinjal anymore. It's now Calif's Drinker. Because it's way better. And the Karpov 38 is way better than the little improvised Maula pistol I was carrying around. All right, those go in there. Let's lighten our load a little bit by dropping off half of those. That's scrap metal. We might carry extra so that we can make additional bullets should we need it. And then same thing there, as we can use those for making bandages. We drop these. 84 fuel cells. The fuel cells now are going to last for... They're going to last for... We have 10 days worth of power. 11 days almost. Okay, so the next thing we have to do... Do we have any other quests that... That's the Lance Rat. I hit the wrong button. Alright, we've done the first trial of Akal. Eventually we'll have to travel to a trade post, talk to an ornithopter pilot. Finally, they've lowered the price of getting a ride from the ornithopter pilot. I always thought it was way too high. It was like $2,500, I think, to go to one of the settlements, and $700 to go to another trade post. And those aren't huge amounts of money, but early in the game, they really kind of are. Research, we researched both of those. We did not make the Hajra Leader John. First of all, where did I put the blood bank? Oh, there it is. Alright, it's full. So, I make the Hajra Leader John, and I can carry 1.5 liters of water with me. I still have the mats. I do. So we grab the water out of here and dump the blood we're carrying in here. And now we are off to Imperial Testing Station number 2. Hey, Chiloth, how you doing? This is the test server The solo version of the game, which runs locally, in preparation for the 22nd when it launches both production and also on console. I am playing at the easy difficulty. And that is tunable on a, if you're running a private server, you can tune that. But if you're running, I'm just running a solo local server, I'm running it at easy. They have medium and hard. The easy, instead of like maybe 6 or 8 shots from the Mala pistol, it takes 3 or 4. Materials arrive much faster from gathering. You gather more, you use less, and the crafting is much faster. Can you run a local server that friends can join? I think so, yes. I'm not sure that is available yet, but that is the intent as far as I know. Again, with Funcom, it's hard to know for sure. They are always Funcom. I linked the patch notes for specifically for this version, the test server. But they did a lot of other stuff as well. For instance, you can now dodge through enemy mobs. You can no longer get trapped against a wall by an enemy mob who then just slowly murders you. And my Karpov is loaded and ready to rock and roll. Looks like there should be something here. There isn't. It's Rommel! Not the Desert Fox Rommel. Entirely different Rommel. Rommel Greer. Talk to me, Rommel. Rommel?
Welcome to Desert Botanical Testing Station number 2. I am the station supervisor, Dr. Rommel. The ultimate mission of these stations is to find or engineer botanical species capable of thriving in the extremely arid conditions of our lands. That's experiment, as I'm sure any visitor who has traveled through the barren rocks and sand.
Nice dodging timing.
Our first task has been the installation of testing.
Come on, do you I know you're there.
I'm pleased to report complete success, both with the installation and functioning of these devices. The primary indication will find the leading cause is a testament to the success of this technology.
Tepid water. Delicious. Shoot a charge while I was reloading, dude. Other dude. Final dude. Where is he? There he is. Ding it. Take the band-aids. He doesn't need those anymore. We are now completely full on blood. I mean, we have our blood, but we now also are full on other people's blood. they're not using it. So I figure it's fine. You missed. Good evening to you. Anyone else? Would anyone else like my personal attention to making your clothing a little bit more comfortable by aerating it? Oh, look at you. You'll find your clothing is much more airy and light now. And maybe not a lot, but a little. Don't need a little bit of scrap. Drink. Alright, we've got the first of 3 quest items that are in this dungeon. Good evening, Dark Machinist. I'm just on Arrakis getting my just desserts. Sorry. Not really sorry, actually. Don't believe him when he says sorry. He lies through his teeth. Because lying through his nose is messy. Anyone else? Anyone? No? No? The sand is gritty and rough and gets everywhere here on Arrakis. Maybe I mean both. You're not the boss of me. I'm barely the boss. Oh, I'm sorry. Were you using those organs? Another one over here, usually. There he is. Sorry. Sorry. Just got a little bit excited and shot you a few times. You'll be fine. And in here, the second of the 3 questy items we're looking for in this dungeon. Lots of crafty bits. There's the second thing that we need. Now I believe we just have the dungeon boss, who on easy mode should not be particularly difficult, but you do need to basically gotta kill him with a melee weapon. I'm not sure if he's even killable with a ranged weapon, but it's mainly in there as a teaching moment. A sandstorm is approaching. So we will swap to our Caliph's drinker. And we will be using our knee strike. But first, a moment to heal up all the way. Why go into a fight when you're not entirely healed up? Where is he? There he is. Okay. Used to be the knee strike would stun him enough. Maybe he parried my knee strike? That was harder than he used to be. Interesting. Wouldn't have expected that. Here's the last of the questy bits we need. We currently only have, I think, one of the quests. Maybe. Not sure. I think we only have one of the quests currently, but we have all three of the questy bits. We'll be able to turn those in as the other quests pop up. That will allow us to get out of the dungeon. Interesting, I still have the animations, the strange animations. That's a bug. If I go back to... Alright, we go back to that. Okay. No, I don't know why we're getting that animation when we're in melee. I'm not sure if that's going to stay or what. Oh, it looks like we're getting it when we're running around in this, too. He was shielded. I was not. He's also the first shielded boss or mob you run into in the game. So I'm assuming that this is a bug. It's a test room. We've got another door down here that the exit thing allows us to get access to. The exit key. Actually, kind of annoying, the bug. Not a fan, actually. But that is the dungeon. We will take care of the first of these questy bits, as basically right on top of us right now is a trainer, non-combat trainer. The planetologist. If you're going to play when it launches on the 22nd on console or with the new solo version, basically allowing you to play it as a solo game now, as a single player game, so to speak. Where was I going to go with that? I don't know. Oh, now I do. You can initially choose between 4 essentially combat classes. I would recommend 3 of the 4 are all perfectly fine, enjoyable, all that. The other one's fine and enjoyable too, but you will unlock it inside a couple of hours of gameplay. You will eventually have all 4 of the classes at your disposal to choose the skills you want. But one of them is available much earlier than the others, and that is the Trooper. You'll get the Trooper here in this first map area, which is Haga Basin South. Haga Basin is really much larger. But, so don't choose Trooper. Choose either Swordmaster, Mentat, or Bene Gesserit. And you'll get Trooper in a couple of hours.
Watch your step, stranger.
Those plants are hard to grow out here, and harder to
Hi, Derek.
exploring the desert sound. I learned the hard way. Cyprian Io.
I would like to learn from you. He'll teach me, but he needs this thing. I'll return with the manifest. Hey, is this the manifest?
You have? That's incredible.
I'm pretty incredible.
Those crazies down there would keep me stuck here forever. Oh, wonderful. Yes, of course I have. There.
And
Though I must confess, I wasn't expecting such an apt pupil. It was more like you were remembering than learning. Odd.
so, skills. We started as a sword master. The knee strike is the one you start with. It's a very, very good combat skill. In that you can launch yourself and initially kill most mobs with the knee strike if you hit. And in combat, you can also use it when it cools down as a stun. So it's very good combat skill. There is the Bene Gesserit, Swordmaster, Mentat, Trooper, which I'll be getting probably before the end of the evening. And then this opens up Planetologist, which is mostly but not exclusively buffs. This will increase the materials you mine. I'm not sure I'm going to need that, but we'll use it anyway. Tinker with your power pack increases power regeneration. Dew Gathering, we can get Dew Gathering once we get a Dew Reaper. More blade damage. Sure. Optimized hydration, sure. Field medicine. Well, we'll get the discipline breathing for sure. There we go. That's a passive. You can have 3 passives and 3 active skills. All right, so now we head back to home. Let's see. Got that. We have that. Scrap metal. We have the Holtzman amplifier. We got that one finished. That was the primary thing we were theoretically doing, was getting the Holtzman amplifier. We're only 400 meters from home. Gotta say, the visual thing is annoying me. Ding 9. Oh, good. That got rid of it. Okay, so it was one of the animations from the knee strike that had got stuck in the on with the on button. That's the sound of Shai Hulud himself. The worm. Up to the trade post, where we can turn in one of the quests. Yeah, trade post is a little bit garish. I mean, do you really need the great big tower with the lights? I mean, what is this? Baradur? Honey, I'm home. Almost, okay. And now we turn in the wrecking crew. And... okay, for that, That's the poison snooper, which we picked up. Let's see, that's planetologist. Eventually we'll have to find him inside a testing station. Oh, they actually say finally where you can find him. Deliver the vials. Deliver the items. And then the scrap metal. We are going to have to deliver a bike engine and 2 sand bike treads. Did we get a crappy old engine? We did, so I can just turn in one of these crappy old engines and get this one partly done. He also needs 2 sand bike treads. We are going to be making a sand bike for ourselves, so we'll make 2 additional treads to finish out that. Once we've got the sand bike, we have a quest to murder 3 guys for the trooper trainer, and that will complete our trooper training, and then we'll have access to the trooper skills, one of which is really, really good for traversal purposes and combat. Basically, it'll give us another stun in combat, but also is a grappling hook for going up. Honey, I'm home. Trainers, yeah, okay. Research. Base reconstruction tool. Fab, a base reconstruction tool. In essence, this allows you... I'm trying to remember. I think this is the one that allows you to deconstruct and then reconstruct your house. Deconstruct it in one place, carry this thing to another place, and reconstruct it. And the other one you do is you can make basically a blueprint of your house, and you can sell that to someone else if you want, if they like your cool looking house. Previously, you could only make the blueprint, and then you would use the blueprint yourself to put out the layout, and then you'd have to rebuild it. It would be faster than building it, but not as fast as deconstructing and reconstructing. Oh, duh. Base reconstruction reconstructs bases that have been stored within it. Yes, it magically stores an enormous base. And, I mean, unless it fails to do so, like it did to me on live. Not that I'm bitter. He's a little bitter. Waiting. What next? Okay, sand bike time. I will repeat, they're lying to you. It's not a sand bike, it's a sand trike. Details matter. We also want the vehicle backup tool because we really want the vehicle backup tool. We don't need the back seat though. Let's see, let's drop some stuff off. Over here, no. Well, technically it might be made out of sand in that, well, copper ore, so it's not sand technically. So you're right. Hate it when you're right. Especially hate it when you're technically right, because everyone knows that's the best kind of right there is. Oh. We had more of that. Oh, excellent. We like that. We have a passive suspensor belt now, presumably. No. Ooh, it didn't auto-equip. That's different. No. Oh, there it is. Okay. That one is in better shape than this one. Now, that's right. That's the lamp, I believe. Right. Not there. Here. Those 2 components go there. We have a power pack. Is the power pack we currently have equipped better than this one? Looks like it's slightly better, but not much. We'll go ahead and learn that recipe. We'll drop this off in the box of... I'm not sure if I'm going to use that or not. That's not the official name of the box. Just calling it that. The sand bike engine, the rest of these things I don't think we're going to be needing. So I'll stick them in here for now. Right. Okay. Sand bike me. Vehicle backup unit. We're going to need welding wire and the welding torch. Grab those up first. All right, PSU. We need 1 power supply. We need 5 treads. 3 for my trike and 2 for the contract. A lot faster than it used to be to make stuff. All right. Pardon me. Or not. I'm not the boss of you. Excuse me. Please. Please, if you can find it in your heart and soul to forgive me. I can't really blame you if you say no. That's the backup tool. We do need the welding torch. We don't need to carry the water on us. There we go. I was wondering why my standard setup was all confusimacated. It's because I confusimacated it, obviously. All right, 7. 7. Let's try that again. Assemble. How about assemble? There we are. Have I mentioned how awful the UI in the game is? Because it is genuinely bad. Now, I'm guessing, with no particular reason behind that, that it'll be better on console. It'll be less frustrating experience on console than it was for me, because it was designed primarily as a controller-driven, despite the fact the game can't be played on console until next month. It's been a controller-designed UI the whole way, and I can't tell you how tired I am of that in my PC games. So we drop that, and then we connect that, we connect that, we connect that, connect that, we connect that, and that's right, vroom. Now we can customize. Interesting. Trying to remember. I guess the swatches and variants must be unlocked on a server-wide or on a server basis. That makes sense. Yeah, okay. Research the small chemical refinery. $5 to build. We go to refineries. We go to a small chemical. Doesn't look that small, really, gotta say. I will create a medium-sized fuel cell, which will require 9 fuel cells. In the base game, the standard difficulty, it requires 45. Not in there, not in there. Over here, we need, I believe it was 9. I will peel off 9. And I believe I should now be able to make a medium-sized fuel cell. We walk up, hold down the F, go to refuel. It's now fueled up. Back up my base using the base reconstruction tool. Doesn't that store the whole freaking thing? Did I put that away? I did, didn't I? Reconstruction tool. Can be used to save and restore. Okay, yeah, it doesn't actually... tool allows the owner sub-T to remove and restore structures. Technology is a closely guarded secret. Let me... I just want to make sure I'm doing the right thing. Well, doing the correct thing, doing the right thing is not my modus operandi. Should be in here. Cut array, repair, chest. No. Advanced construction kit. Need that. Weapons fab. Those are the 5 fabs. Cut array. Power pack. Right. I thought it was in that. Would be in that batch, but maybe it's in here instead. What I'm looking for is there's one that stores basically the blueprint of a house. And there's another one that stores the house. Two, 3, 4 fab staking unit. Okay, it's not there, it's not there. I don't know where it is then. Doesn't seem to be showing up on any of these. I'm going to do a quick Google. Bear with me. The Solido stores the blueprint. The reconstruction tool stores the building. That's what I was looking for. I've been looking for the Solido, and I haven't found it yet. Because this is the one that stores the building. I'm looking for the Solido. It should be in the first. It should be in here. Because it's part of the early part of the journey. That's the... Did they do away with the Solido one? Because that's the only thing that's there. Maybe. Well, I'm not ready to pack up my base just yet. Oh, but packing up your base does pack up all the stuff, too. So maybe they've deprecated the Solido. Regardless, I have at least one thing I want to do before we pack up our base in the old kit bag and smile, smile, smile.
That's it, old brother. You're ready. I'm waiting at Mirzabar. That's the great rock formation that looks like a giant hammer. Be careful.
Hammer time.
Vehicles are fast, but nothing can outrun Shai Halud. You can only hope to get between safe areas more quickly. I'll see you soon.
Alright, so we turn in the extra 2 treads we made and get some goodies. Then we take off, and there are 3 guys we have to kill for the trooper trainer. And he'll teach us the trooper skills. It's not an abandoned vehicle. We're going to need to come back here to talk to the planetologist anyway. So we don't have to get the other quest we can get, or quests we can get just yet, I don't think. So we got a hell of a drive ahead of us, though. Let us... Is it J? Yeah. Planetologist Basics. No, sorry. Trooper Basics. There we go. Track that. 2,000 meters. That's about 1.2 miles. No, 1.4, sorry. 0.62. My bad. I failed you and feel shame. Get your motor running. Head out on the highway. It's just something about the sand bike or trike that just makes me want to burst out into a little bit of Steppenwolf singing. Don't know why. I like you guys. Why would I want to sing at you? There are 3 individuals we need to kill. There's like 2 dudes in one cave, 2 dudes in another cave, and then 3 or 4 dudes in the last. And there's one of the dudes we need to kill in each of the 3 caves. We are 1,200 meters out. No, you don't have to worry about the heat while you're on your trike. Apparently, they come with AC standard. So that's the ruin of the Alcyon right back there. There's the ship over. I thought I heard the sound of a ship flying overhead. And indeed I did. Big one, too. He thought he had me. He didn't. He didn't have me. Killed one of them. My blood sacks are still full. They are. That was a mistake. I make mistakes sometimes. That's a mine on the ground. You do have to be careful of those. Another one there. Now you can shoot them to set them off. All right, that's the first of the 3. Next one is 500 meters away, give or take a little. That is a base, probably filled with like a dozen dudes, more or less. You can go to those if you want. They will also give you a few skill points. Or not skill points. Yeah, skill points. I think like 3 skill points, something like that. No, not skill points. Research points. There we go. Normally that little tick precedes the boom, doesn't follow it. If you activate it by walking next to it, that's what you hear. You get a sound warning. Like we're going to get from this one. That's 2 down. Might have seen a little blue flare around me as I was falling there. I now have a passive suspensor belt, so I can fall from great heights and take no damage. It slows you down. Now, there are heights that are so high, it runs out of power and then doesn't work. And you plummet the rest of the way, and that's probably not optimal. And yo to you. So, yo. Yo-you? Either way. And the last of the bad guys awaits in here. One. 2. But neither of them the guy we're actually looking for. Frequently he awaits up above. Lets his friends do the dying. I have. That's it. We have killed Cardanus Ulun. We got all 3 of the baddies we were hunting. And we got another chest with more goodies. And if you missed the blue flash you get when the suspensor belt kicks in, you would have seen just a tiny little bit of it there. Tells you about how far you can fall without taking any damage. Damn right there's someone here. Me! Boot to the head! I just didn't like the way he was looking at me. So I killed him. Little bit around the edges. Totally his fault. If he just hadn't looked at me. If he'd kept his eyes downcast. Not made eye contact. I'm like an ape. You don't want to make eye contact with one of the great apes. Take it as a challenge. Same with me. The game, I've played a lot of the game in the past. This is the public test server, which they've made a significant number of changes, but no huge differences, except that I'm playing this entirely client side. So this is not connecting to a server, except locally. And at the same time, this comes out on the 22nd of next month. the release for War Console comes out as well. Would be my second. This game finished second in my my personal game of the year for last year to Blueprints. So it's a game I think quite highly of. I think they did a good job. They have not. I would say they have not handled the post-launch game well. They haven't completely bungled it or anything. They just haven't optimized. Now, hopefully they'll have learned enough from the PC launch a year ago or more that on the console side, things will be a bit smoother. But I'm a huge fan of the game. But I should specifically note, I am playing it locally, and I'm playing it the easy setting. The rest of there was previously no easy setting, and since I'm trying to see what things have changed, and so on, I just wanted to play it the easy setting. Certainly don't want to play it the hard setting. The game was challenging already, and actually a number of the patches early on had made things significantly more difficult than they were at launch, and I wasn't well served by that. They're doing a fair number of changes to the melee combat, which sound really good. For instance, in the past, you could get stun locked in a corner and not get out pretty easily, and now you can dodge basically through enemy NPCs. In essence, collision is deactivated when you're dodging, I guess is probably how they did it. So getting trapped in a corner by two mobs and then slowly dying, no chance to do anything, is less likely to happen. That was one of the complaints I think that was pretty consistent. The game, the melee combat in the game has been hit or miss. Half the time it feels really, really good, and another half of the time it feels like you got killed by something completely out of your control. The ranged combat's always been just fine. This is the basic box house that I built myself. The housing is very, very good. But that's just a basic box. Pretty much everyone builds the basic box for their first house. Wish they could remake SWTOR to look like this. A Star Wars game like this. Holy, yeah. I think it was Force Gaming. I was watching him, like, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks ago. He was playing through the game again. He's also a big fan of it. And he specifically talked about how his dream game would be this, but Star Wars.
Back again. Like this is over then. Oh, they took me to a bar. I swear you're a French. I can teach you Naraki may have a season.
There we go. Let's see. Recruits wanted. We want to accept that. Anvil Courier one. We want to accept that. Planetologists training. We will accept that. Ding 15. I think we need to talk to this guy to get the thing.
You keep coming back like this, I'll have to stop calling you stranger. Stranger?
I'm supposed to take a package to the Anvil.
Indeed.
And I'll note that at least to some degree, the combat system, where you have melee weapons for the Jedi, for the most part anyway, and ranged weapons also would be a reasonably good match for the Star Wars. Wanted to check journey. Let's see. All right, scrap metal. Okay, it's showing me the ones that are done. All right, fresh recruit for House Atreides, fresh recruit for House Harkonnen. We have to talk to both of them. The anvil and the planetologist training. I think we've got all of that taken care of. Skills. What we just got was the trooper skills, and the one that's really good is the Shigawire Claw, as that gives you much better vertical traversal, but also in combat acts as a stun. So it's just good and good. Oh, what the hell happened? Why? Oh, I know why. I was still within the radius of the base. Things like that won't work when you're still within radius of the trade post. So I almost killed myself in front of you. Let's try to avoid any repeats of that. Oh, I left my vehicle up there because I am a dope. But now we have the Shigawire Claw, so I can show you that in action. All right. I left my vehicle here because I am a dope, as I said. Us dopes, we're gonna dope sometimes. I've done that a number of times. I don't think I've ever killed myself leaping from one of the cliffs close to the trade post, but I have almost killed myself a bunch. One of those things I always seem to forget. Bonk! Oh, I'm sorry. So it looks like the Solito device has been removed from the game, which is an interesting choice. All right. We're going to need scrap. We're going to need that base reconstruction tool. I don't think there's anything else we're going to need, so if things don't work out, I'll be fine. I can carry, let's see, let's go ahead then and just, to be on the safe side, we'll carry the green and blue crafting bits. So that if we get there and things don't work out, we'll be okay. We can make it. I don't expect any problems with this, but as I said a bit earlier, I never got it working in the live game quite the way it was supposed to, so who knows. Yeah, it should be fine. All right, we step out. We equip the base reconstruction tool. Back up the base. That's interesting. Recycle to your reserve. Back up your base using the base reconstruction tool. Rotate, change width, change depth, toggle materials. Toggle on snap to origin. Place backup. Not sure I understand the mechanics. Is it backed up? Recycle to the reserve. Huh. Huh. Well, first of all, I thirst. What do we have about... What does it say about what I'm supposed to do now? Should be in here. Join a house, wider world, new beginning. Cross the gap. Follow the Proteus. Solido replicator. I don't think we can research that anymore. That was my assumption. We can't research that anymore. But it's still in the quests. That's interesting. That's Leader John. Yeah, I was available before any of those. Let's see. Cut array, recycler. There's the Solido replicator, okay. Alright, we can craft that. Let me craft that. Yeah, so this thing's going to pick up my whole base. The one I'm supposed to use. Used to be you just had to use the Solido. Well, we'll go ahead and do that anyway. Did I not pick it up? Base reconstruction, where'd it go? Where'd it go? I hate that. I really wish that I could pick them up. If I'm sitting at the thing when it finishes, it should automatically pick up. But then it never works that way. I guess they just hate freedom. The Solido. Alright, so this is the Solido replicator. I have copied the building. Evidently. That was quick. Okay, yep, that has successfully copied my building. All right, cool. So now we switch to the other one, and as far as I can tell, relocation. Oh, we didn't want that. We didn't want that. I hit the wrong button. Okay, there we go. Backup base and place backup are the only options. So if we back up the base... I see a problem here. Dude, anyone else notice? Can you make it out? So just to the right of my character is a little thing that says backup building with a left click. If you look on the right-hand side, it says backup base with a right click. Warning, you're about to back up your base. Doing so will remove the entire base from the world, including the sub-fief console, all placeables, and all building pieces within the structure. If you want to store your vehicle and cargo containers, use the vehicle backup tool to store one vehicle safely. Additional vehicles and cargo containers need to be disassembled into modules and stored inside their base before backing them up. Do you want to continue? Not yet. But if I click on right, it gives me all these other options, and I don't understand. Well, we're going to try it anyway. We're going to go ahead and we're going to back up the building. There we go. It has now been backed up, and we are going to ride like the wind. Drive north to the Vermilius Gap. Place your backed up base using the base reconstruction tool. So they have changed it. It used to be they kind of encouraged you to deconstruct your old base and build a new one. But it seems that they've changed that now. Since they added the backup tool, in essence, they want you to go ahead and use the backup tool and in essence just move your base. Maybe build another one if you wanna, which I would wanna. Alright, we'll be heading north to the hammer. You can see Mirzabaz, the big hammer-shaped rock. We do not want to get caught in the Sardaukar spotlights. If you notice, there's an orange wiggly at the back of my vehicle. That is worm sign. That's Shai Halud. He's wide awake this evening. There he is. I believe I should get to the rock cover before he decides to chase me and devour me. Not a fan of being eaten, generally speaking. Some exceptions are made under certain circumstances. All right, we are 1,800 meters away from our objective. The bad thing that can happen is if the searchlights from the Sardaukar ships, there and there, if they catch you, they freeze you in place for a few seconds, and a bunch of mercenaries are sent to murder you. Now, of interest here is we're headed in that direction, but there are places here in the map, like that show up, and what those are is hazards. Those are sand hazards. They can either be drum sand, where your progress will alert the worms, like a feeding bell, and the other thing is quicksand. Neither of those is good. The red flare is an NPC from that camp there, which is sort of like independent merchants and sort of mini quest givers and like. As you can tell, not everyone is necessarily welcome on Arrakis, as those are bodies stuck on posts. I prefer something a little bit more festive to celebrate the holidays, but, you know, I've never tried putting the corpses of my enemies on sticks. I might like it. There you can see the light display of the second of the trade posts. Again, you don't... Here we go. That's the guy I've been talking with, who's provided helpful advice in keeping me alive.
Right to see my little pyrotechnics display, Off-Worlder.
I did.
Whether you did or not, continue to follow your path.
Thanks, I will. Another flare. So we're headed towards the trade outpost, but you don't want to just head there straight higgledy-piggledy. Oh, another one. Lots of them out there. Because you've got these dangerous areas. So you want to always check that you're crossing. Always check both ways before crossing the desert. Xantara, the NPC who just blew up a ship, actually makes that joke earlier. But in this case, we just want to make sure that we don't get, we don't run over the drum sand and summon Shai Halud or hit the quicksand. We've made it across. We have reached to the anvil. And how about a cinematic? That's a handsome character, don't you think?
Not lost, sir. She's dead.
Tragic. Truly tragic. But they say the desert calls the weak.
My God, man, she was one of yours. Cousin, even.
I am in deep mourning, sir. Rumors of disloyalty passed around her like blowflies, but now, who's to say? Certainly not her.
My one pleasure in this hell is knowing that you're trapped here with me.
A momentary setback, I assure you.
Even your Harkonnen masters find you insufferable, Maxim. You're down here forever.
Tell me, dear Anton, what's it like being the handkerchief your superiors use to wipe the gore off shining Atreides' honor?
Let's settle this.
Gladly.
By the laws of Canley.
By the laws of Canley.
By the laws of Canley.
Let's see. Got a thing to drop off. And Mir Charki. Hand over the package at the anvil. That package. We'll accept those missions. I am nothing if not ambitious. Maxim, buddy.
Well, you look more capable than the average scum.
Oh, I am above average scum.
This war of assassins has a way of making people into victims or victors. Which are you, I wonder?
That was quite a scene between you and the Atreides, soldier.
Dear Anton over there? The poor sod was meant for the battlefield, not intrigue. He drank his own propaganda, and it's turning to poison in his guts. The business of espionage is often cold, but thanks to the laws of Canley, Anton and I have kept intimate enough closeness as to make it personal.
You seem to take a rare delight in your business.
I freely admit I mix my business and pleasure. One should not do these things judiciously. Relish your success, and you shall imbibe more success.
Goodbye. We've got to talk to him. We're now level 16.
Do you aspire to contribute to something bigger than yourself?
That was quite a
To
scene.
join the right side of this war?
What you just witnessed was the product of 10 centuries of bad blood between House Atreides and House Harkonnen.
Members of a great house have responsibility of defending its honor.
As you say.
And yet your quarrel with that other man feels more personal.
You're not wrong.
That is the product of several years of bile between I and my loathsome counterpart over there.
What stopped you from violence?
The laws of Canley prevent either of us from doing what our knives are so eager to do.
The laws of Canley?
In accordance with the Great Convention, Canley is enactment of a formal feud. Its rules keep conflicts between the great houses more civilized.
And who are you?
I am Anton Tolliver. I serve proudly as a soldier for House Atreides. However, my superiors deem me useful for more subtle operations.
Well,
That we are. If you're interested, I'm just the man to talk to.
what if I wanted to join your house?
My house seeks assets in this wretched war of assassins. I prefer open conflict, but my duke needs me here.
How might one join in on such operations?
Trust is not an easy thing in a war of assassins, but I have a task that needs doing. Complete it, and we can discuss our future association. That's not important right now.
I accept.
Find the agent.
And do you have one for me as well?
Nice to see you again.
Yep.
It seems you can go
And if I wanted to join your house?
You see,
How do I prove my usefulness?
the Atreides agent.
Both looking for the same person?
Find information.
All right. I've accepted both of their missions. I will turn in the good and or bad news to one of them. Now, generally, for my second base, which is now my first and only base, because it changes when you have to pick it up. Normally, I just build a second base. I basically disassemble almost all of my first base, and then the second base I build from the remains. Ooh, we can grab our first iron. I'll go ahead and grab that. But first, we will use this upgraded cutter instead of the makeshift one. And we have our first iron. I tend to build my house always in this same place over here. It has ready access to like 5 patches of dew plants. So that is very useful once you get the Reaper. And basically transitioning from always being worried about your water needs to no longer being worried about your water needs. All right, let's see. We're going to, let me figure out where I want to put it, if I can put it anywhere. Oh, well, first let's go ahead and get some more iron for ourselves. This seems like a flatter spot. We'll see if we can stick it here, so to speak. Yeah, placement blocked by my character, and yet I'm trying to not block it. Let's see. Rotate. Left Alt. Oh, where was the door? There's the door. Okay. That's a little bit too high. It says that's sufficient support. Well, let's just go ahead and place it here, shall we? Ah. Rotate, change height, recycle. Ah, there it is. I tell you, those keys just don't make sense. See, what it's telling you is if I hit right click, you can change on the right hand side. On the far right hand side, you can change from place backup to backup base. The one right in front of the middle of the screen, place backup. So that's the difference. The right-hand one is right-clicking chooses between options, and left-click actually places it. So, change depth. That's supposed to be change depth. That wasn't change depth, as best I could tell. Oh, not what I would have chosen to change height, left control. So, okay. How about there?
Mayday! Mayday! This is the Guild Harvester Mithra! Crew tag 8242. Our carrier is taking heavy fire. There's black smoke and another responding to comms. Carrier hit! Connector cable snapping! We're going down!
Alright, that's actually a workable location, I think. I mean, I could build additional foundation underneath, but who needs that? Making things more complicated. Where did that come from? I didn't build that before. Does it auto do that to make sure you've got enough support? I don't remember doing that before. I might have, but I don't think so. So we have 10 days and 13 hours. So what else do we have? We have our first iron products are now available that we can research. We can start making our iron ingots. However, I suspect we can't make many of them. It uses a lot less water than it used to. Okay, that's good. Well, this is the easy mode, so it does use a lot less of the materials. I believe it used to be like 25 water per iron ingot. Let's craft 100. And it used to be crafting 100 would take, I don't know, 8 or 10 minutes. Now it looks like, what, a second each? 2 seconds each. So we are going to want to be able to make the standard Karpov 38. That's the iron tier of Karpov, but we'll need silicone and gun parts. We really want access to is the Artisan Jabal Spit Dart. Sniper rifle. A real power pack would probably be good. The advanced construction kit allows us to make an advanced sub-fief, which is a larger claim of land. And we'll want to make one of those at some point. Larger chests, repair station. Over here we've got the handheld resource scanner, which is also very, very useful in like dungeons and stuff in that it scans through walls so you can see where the mobs are located. Very, very tactically useful. And I didn't bother with the sandbike inventory because I didn't need it. Everyone does like larger chests. They seem to. No one seems to like me with my larger chesticles. But generally, Lone Star Wolf, there is I would say, a non-unanimous consensus. Garment augmentations. That is endgaming materials. Pardon the yawn. Or not. I'm not the boss of you, as I said earlier. The water cistern. All right, well, we never learned that. The copper water cistern. We'll want the leader John as well. And up, wrong button. Right button. Water cisterns. Make a couple of them. Alright, three of them. And we put a whole bunch of blood in here. Wow, does the blood get filtered into water so much faster at the easy mode. As we would like to say, damn. Alright, the Karab still suit is going to require a good amount of micro sandwich fabric. That's the iron still suit. 15, 21, 27, 35. I have 34. Of course I do. Alright, we'll be making the second tier blood extractor, and we'll want 2 of the larger blood sacs for that, and the improved blood purifier as well. The Dew Reaper is actually really important. You can see the clock in the far, far upper right. We just hit evening. You can see the little arrows pointing into the circle. The circle rotates, and at the very end of the evening, there's a little section of blue, a little wedge of blue. And during that time, you can harvest a lot of water from dew plants. Dew plants are the ones with the... There's 3 patches up here, which is why 3 easy patches and a couple more difficult patches to get to. These plants here, 1 patch, 2 patch, 3 patch, and then over here, red patch, blue patch. There are a couple more patches, and you can harvest a lot of water, and it takes water from being a constant, continual annoyance and something you need to keep an eye on to very, very much a handleable thing. And presumably it'll be even more so easier than on the easy mode that I'm currently in. We now have 100 iron ingots. Go us. We've done well in terms of having a whole bunch of iron ingots. We had those in the next one over. Yep. Green and blue and blue. And I'm sure we can drop the iron ingots in there too. Oh, orange and orange, actually. Iron ingots. Armor plating. We can make another leader John. I like to have the special leader John we get in a regular leader John. So the Hajra holds a liter and a half. The leader John holds a liter. And this allows me to always be able to harvest more water, say if I'm out running about. And we did get the inventory. That was a reward. Let's drop that. And swap in that there. Ah, now we can paint it up. Oh, interesting. Anyway, we want to put the inventory on it. You can have the inventory or the booster for speed. Your choice. Can't have both, sadly. Well, let's see. We should... apply customization to all. Oh. Oh, I don't know what that is. Apply customization to all. Interesting. To all the gear? I don't understand that icon. Oh, that wasn't the one I wanted. That was the one I wanted. Wanted to be able to see for sure that, yeah, it changed. Okay. That's the lighter colored one. It'll make it a little bit cooler, you know, when I get on it in the hot desert. It won't immediately broil my ass. Nobody wants broiled ass. Not if it's their own, anyway. We have 24 points. Let's see. Well, no, we're going to want that. Generally speaking... Okay, the scanner first. Scanner, please. Scanner, not scammer. Alright, time to start dumping some stuff out of our bags and whatnot. The improvised cutaway, no. No. Still need that. Don't need that. Improvised cutaway. Oh. Just make sure we've got the right thing. We don't need the welding torch to carry around with us. We don't need the Solido replicator to carry around with us. We do want to carry that around with us. The water we want to keep with us. This is armor. And so if you get into going into a difficult spot, you might probably want to change into your armor so you're ready for combat. And then you swap back into your still suit the rest of the time. Let's see, we can take 40. We can keep 44 of that. Put the rest away. Where'd the 44 go? Am I blind? There it is. I am blind. Okay. Never mind. Am blind. Probably need to keep that with us. Those two can go away for now. The Solido can go away. Huh, the base reconstruction tool is usable multiple times. Interesting. I was not aware. Over here. We need to keep carrying that around with us. That we like it to have in the 6th spot. 6th spot. For appropriate amounts of blood sucking, you understand. And we drop. Those there. Did I have something in there? No. Okay. Did I have anything in there? No. Okay. How about there? Water, water everywhere. Let's see. We can go ahead and deposit some water. And leave ourselves with a couple of good, healthy slurps. Pardon my phrasing. There we go. We drank a little eau de lens, the purified sweat and urine. Can't beat that. You know, unless you actually wanted to, in which case, yeah, you really could. All right, there's the missing spy nest. Secrets of the Mentat. Oh, they've added those now. The location for at least the Mentat. The Mentat is close by. The Bene Gesserit is up here somewhere. And that's all 4. Over there is a planetology, 197, and over here we have a quest for Imperial Testing Station 10, and I will tell you, if you're ever going to play this, do not go to Imperial Testing Station until you are in the Steel tier. Not the Iron tier that you get when you get to Haga Basin proper, like I just did. The Steel tier. The number of people who get their ass destroyed by going into testing station number 10, because, you know, they went through the testing station here and it was no problem. This one's a problem. That was a spice blow. That right there is not the spice blow. That is something we need, though. The compactor. Can I make the compactor? For a lot of things, you need silicon. The compactor. Oh, that's the Trial of Akal 2. Right. We'll be doing that shortly as well. So I didn't see where the spice blow was. Let's see if we can see it from up here. Now, spice isn't going to really do you any advantage until you get deeper into the game. Must be over in that direction, but it doesn't look like the coloration is right. You see the big poof of red dust over there. But it should go way up into the sky, like a mushroom cloud of purple. But we've got a couple of things a couple of bad guys we can take care of here. There are 2 water-sealed caves that'll have 2 or 3 baddies in them. Before we open up the door and get on the floor, let's heal ourselves up. Just a little bit of advice. We do not yet have the shield generator. The Holtzman shield generator. We need iron ingots and particle caps. I think we have those. In which case, that'll give us a shield. And a shield is... There's the dispenser field kicking in. Let's make the Holtzman generator. Yep. That we want. As soon as you can get it. Activate a shield. I have a Holtzman shield. We would like a better power cell. 2. Here. Power pack 1. Power pack 2. We've got enough materials. Let's go ahead and skip the 1 and make the 2. That will basically give your shield a lot more shielding. And we lose that. The passive suspensor belt. You don't need that yet, though, so... Open the door, please. Open the pod bay door, Hal. You're afraid you can't do that, huh? Well, I'll just have to, you know, even without my helmet, I'll have to make it in through the emergency entrance. Shields up. Your shields come down for a second when you shoot, so the bullets can get out. Oh, actually, let's take a moment and scan. See those little water droplets? Those are people. 3 or 4 of them? Looks like 4 of them. I'll note one of them has a minigun. Oh, that person was very energetic in coming out and saying hi. Sounded like another, spice blow. Did we get everyone? Was everyone taken care of? Will anyone mind if I can't consume spice in my current state? Not sure why it told me that. We appear to have gotten everybody. Get a little armor off of the heavily armored minigunner. Looks like there were actually 3 in here. Might be another one through there, but not worth. Where was the other spice blow? Those are pretty spectacular to see. They're nicely done. I don't see one anywhere. It may have increased sort of the sonic effect or sonic radius when one of them blows, so that you hear it from further away. But I mean, I should see a big pillar of, like, purple smoke and particulates and stuff. This is the other cave. It's got another batch of baddies. Looks like 2. Alright, we're just gonna knife both of them to death. There is an explosive on the right, though. Never mind, we're not gonna knife him. If you're gonna hide, really hide. Don't let your head peek out over the edge. That's just a sign that says shoot me. So I did. Gun parts. Juice. And I think we're all full up on juice again. But we can always grab some iron while we're in here. Haha. I blew up their mine, too. And they call it a mine. A mine. Oh. More water cisterns. So it does seem at the easy level, materials are going to be a lot less of a problem. I am home. Yeah, we'd still probably be halfway full on the blood purifier here. Why not all? We'll have like 300 freaking iron all of a sudden. Okay, well, I think I'm going to call it here for the evening. I want to thank all you guys for hanging out. As always, I am very, very appreciative. I should be back tomorrow at the usual time, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, middle of the night in Europe, morning in Asia, Australia, and New Zealand. Probably with more of the test. The public test for Dune Awakening. If you own Dune Awakening, you can play the public test right now. But I think that's going to do it for me tomorrow. We will head down here for the quest to find the spy. Right over here is the second trial of Akal, and that will give us access to the compactor, which is used to compact flour sand, which is used to make silicon, and also used to compact spice, if you find any. So that is the plan for tomorrow. There's also a place a little further over here where you can get, mechanical parts, I think, that are needed in this particular part of the game. I may build myself another house using one of the alternate tile sets, which are already in the game. Let me see if I can show some of those to you. Build, change set. So we're in the basic set. Here you've got decorations, and here you've got the Choam Shelter. Here you've got the Caladan Palace. Not a lot of tiles in that set. The Dune Man Foundations and Challenge, or the Dune Man tile set, the Smuggler tile set, and the Water Shipper tile set. So, lots of choices. I just made this one fast and easy yesterday when I wasn't sure what I was going to do, but I think I may want to build something a little more spectacular. I might actually do that off stream. But that's the plan for tomorrow. Again, thank you guys very much for hanging out. Hopefully you'll see me soon. I hope the rest of your Friday evening or possibly Saturday morning goes great. And as always, I insist that you have a kick-ass weekend. I also will expect complete reports about said ass-kicking activities on my desk first thing Monday morning. Have a great weekend. Take care, and ciao for now. Bye, guys.